See the view for today. Slightly peaceful. Slightly peaceful. We're going to talk about how the ego blocks blessings and manifestations. Again, how the ego blocks. The ego causes blockages. You know, so many people are living the life they don't necessarily want to live, losing things in their life, not receiving the things that they want to receive, all because of ego. Again, your ego can block a blessing. Your ego can disrupt your manifestations. It's true. You see, it's like this. When you're in your ego, the universe doesn't know if that is your true self, the self that you choose. The universe divine doesn't know. It's just going off your frequency, your vibration, where you at. So if your frequency and vibration is one where your ego lies, it'll give you that. It'll give you that in return, wherever your ego vibration and frequency is. It's not going to know that this is your ego. It's not going to know that this is your false self. It's going to take it as if it's your true self. So you know how a lot of people are in their ego when they say they don't need no woman, they don't need no man. You know, that's ego talking. So guess what? Because that's the ego talking, deep down inside, they may want somebody, they may want a companion, but guess what? Because they're not living in that energy and that frequency, the universe is going to give them where their energy and frequency lies, which is them being a player. Right? If your energy and frequency is that you too good to work any kind of job to get you some money, guess what? Blessings and manifestations are not going to come in for you to have some money. Any kind of financial abundance or financial assistance or anything of that sort. Why? Because your ego says that you are too good. You don't need it. Yet deep down inside, these are the things that you crave. You gotta understand, your ego just blocks you from being vulnerable. Again, your ego just blocks you from being vulnerable. Your ego is covering up the side of you that you don't want to get hurt, your inner child, or a side of you that was hurt. It's like a protective band-aid. But sometimes that's not good. Again, sometimes that's not good. It's just like you got a wound. Hold on. It's just like you got a wound and you don't never take that bandage off to let it breathe and heal. Get some fresh air. It's the same thing. Sometimes you got to take that ego off so you can heal. And because sometimes people don't heal, they continue with their ego. And they get everything that's aligned with their ego instead of everything that's aligned with their true and higher self. What they truly and really want. Like I said, that ego is just the coping mechanism. That's all it is. The ego is just the coping mechanism. And the more that you rest in that ego, is the further and further and further away from the things that you truly and deeply want and desire. Like I say, some of the people who are the biggest players, right? Men who got a lot of girls or don't take women seriously, or men who don't take women, men who don't take women seriously, and women who don't take men seriously. All that's ego. It's coming from them being damaged, being hurt. Whatever the case may be, that's all ego. But deep down inside, these people want somebody. But why does the universe continuously bring people in who fit the description of where they are because they in their ego. You can't want one thing and your vibration and frequency is in another. It don't work like that. Again, you can't want one thing and then your vibration and frequency is in another. It don't work like that. It don't work. That's why I said ego blocks blessings. Egos blocks you truly having the life that you want. It could be somebody right now who wants to start a YouTube or content creation or whatever the case may be. But your ego is telling you you're not good enough. Your ego is telling you, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Your ego is telling you you're not good enough. Your ego is lying to you, telling you that ain't nobody gonna watch you. See, we always think ego is this big old grandiose thing. No, ego protects you from being vulnerable. That's what ego really is. It protects you from being vulnerable. So like I said, it's something that you want to start. But your ego keep telling you you're not good enough. You don't have enough. You know, nobody's going to watch you. So right there, boom, you don't even try. You don't even attempt. There goes your ego blocking you from manifesting. There goes your ego blocking you from receiving your blessings. See, all that noise, all that chatter, that's ego. That's all it is ego. It don't mean nothing real. It's just protecting you. Like I said, people who are players or whatever the case may be, that's just ego. It's protecting them from being vulnerable, from being hurt, from really opening up their heart and being close to somebody. That's all it is. So now deep down inside, they may want somebody that they can be close to. But because they're living in their ego, the universe will never grant it to them. Again, remember, the universe only grants you where your vibration and frequency lies the most. Again, wherever your vibration and frequency lies the most is where the universe will grant you those blessings in that manifestation. You got to understand that. Noah, what's up? What's up, Noah? So you have to get out of your ego and keep it real with yourself. That's the quickest way to manifest, is when you keep it real with yourself. That's the quickest way. It's when you get out of your ego. When you heal and get out of your ego and keep it real with yourself, the universe will bring you what you want. The universe is always bringing you what you want. It's always doing it. But you got to check. It's just like you say, if you're not good enough to get a girl says she's not good enough to get this guy. They're in their ego. Again, they are in their ego. When they finally tell themselves they are good enough, you know, guess what happens? Now the universe starts aligning them with their thoughts and their feelings and their vibration and their frequency. What's up, Bid? How you pronounce your name? You have to understand that. The universe is always paying attention. It always is. But you have to ask yourself, are you in your ego? When you're not receiving the things and the manifestations and the blessings that you really want, you have to ask yourself, am I really in myself or am I in my ego? You have to ask yourself these questions. Only when you ask yourself these questions, you can receive the proper answer. And then when you receive that proper answer, you can make adjustments if need be. Remember, if you're not receiving the blessings that you want, take inventory on yourself. That's all. Just take inventory. Check inventory. That's all you got to do. Check inventory. Any questions? If not, I'm probably going to get off before I get to rambling. Like I say, ego just protects you from being hurt. That's all it is. It protects you from being hurt. It's not always this big, grandiose thing that we've always seen or we think. Nope. The ego blocks you from being vulnerable. Once you release that ego, you can get everything that your heart truly desires. The life that you truly want, you can have if you let go of that ego. Anyway, this Third Eye Rich. I really do appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.